I want to ask, what can you tell us about the events that took place here the end of May, and what are the latest details that you can share around the hacking situation?
Thank you, Khalifa, for that question. I would first want to apologize for being on my phone. We just announced that His Highness will be giving a speech on Qatar TV at 10 p.m. tonight. So please, yeah. And thank you. And of course, the speech will be on Qatar TV and broadcasted to other channels.
It's actually rude at this event not to be on your phone.
Yeah.
So that's okay. Yeah.
So just to explain the whole issue, of course, this is not new to us. This is basically just a movie playing back again. The exact same situation happened in 2014. Maybe not the methods, the same methods used in 2017. And of course not through the media. So we noticed a media campaign around mid-April, or actually from October 2016 on and off. But from mid-April we've noticed a few articles that came out. It was on a very specific topic, the topic of counterterrorism, and that Qatar is not doing enough and all of that false information. So at the same time, of course, there was nothing official being transferred to us, whether from the council, from the GCC council, or from the countries. And we had several meetings. His Highness was there 1st of May, visiting King Salman on a bilateral visit. We had a bilateral committee meeting between Saudi Arabia and Qatar, and headed by our Prime Minister. And we had, of course, the US Riyadh summit. So in none of these events, anything was transferred. And of course, me as Qatar's counterpart when it comes to communication, you know, we have our counterparts in these countries. Throughout the period, no one said anything. So on the 20th of May, just the day of the US Riyadh summit, the GCO released a statement saying that, of course, there is a campaign against us, and this campaign is focused on terrorism and the US media mainly. We did that for two reasons. First, to show that we are aware of what's happening, and second, whether it was you know, the US government or the other government present at the US summit, not to take these articles into consideration as real facts. So that's from the media point of view. Now, regarding the hack, of course, the hack happened according to our technical team, on the 19th of April. A virus was placed on Qatar News Agency. They went in different periods and checked on the virus and updated it and all of that. Why 24th was chosen as a date, I'm not sure why. We still don't know, we don't have the answer for that. So at 12:13 the statement was placed. I found about it 2 minutes later. We usually find out about it because Qatar News Agency sends us messages. This was not sent through the message. I found out in Al Arabiya News. And I know for certain, from a protocol perspective, we don't release any statements anytime during the evening, unless a meeting happened in the evening. And so I read the first 3 paragraphs, and everything was fine, the first 3 paragraphs. Then they started talking about Iran, then Hamas, and then I was a bit confused. You know, what's happening? So the first thing I did is contact, of course, the security. Then I found out they were aware a few minutes before. So we did a statement. We released it at approximately 1:03 a.m., around 45 minutes, 46 minutes. And we communicated with Al Arabiya and Sky News Arabic. They did not respond, if I can put it lightly. They did not respond to any of our communication. So we of course tried to communicate. Then we saw the news out on the Saudi news agency and UAE news agency and Bahrain's news agency. So we communicated with them. Now, the funny thing that happened was at 1:30, the Saudi news agency removed the fabricated statement and placed the government communication statement. That lasted for 20 minutes, and they removed it again. So here we got the final indication that this is happening, and this is very orchestrated, not from the journalists, not from these news outlets. It was very coordinated. Actually, just to be more correct, Bahrain News Agency didn't place it. They decided not to, and I think the guy was removed the second day. He was, I think, either promoted or fired. It wasn't clear. But they obviously didn't like that was not placed just after midnight. So we just shifted all our focus to other media outlets. GCC, we just didn't focus except for Kuwait and Oman. And of course, you saw how the events came. It was basically all the information, all communication, even the official communication, was transferred through mainly two entities, Al Arabiya and Sky News Arabic. That was for the public, and for us as government, no news was transferred until June the 5th, of course, and when the blockade took place. And then Kuwait, of course, got involved in trying to mediate the whole situation.